This is grown man business. The kind of swag don't need a witness. I pull up in a Bentley so quick. I'm dropping them bags, popping them tags. You know how we bless that cash. The grown man biz, the grown man, grown man. I said the grown man, grown man. I said the grown man. This is how a grown man does business.
With the men of the Male Review right here on Yale Radiocast.com. What's going on, fellas?
Yo. Seem like I can't. We got volume?
Yeah, you good.
We got volume? Okay. All right. Well, let's start with me. You know I got to bring my audience everywhere I go.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
My brother TR is in the building.
Yep.
Welcome to the show, my brother, once again, sir. Good to see you.
And I would have to say that this right here is monumentous. You hear me?
It is
You hear
an
me?
occasion.
And I ain't gonna let
here.
the cat out the bag just yet. But I'm gonna say the way that I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Can I say the way that I feel about it?
Okay, word,
You know what I'm saying?
word.
This is a monumentous, the feeling, the energy, just everything explosive right now, because what we had at one time seemed like we got it back right now. You know, like when you go back to your class reunion, and God forbid you see somebody that, you know what I'm saying, you glad that you know what I'm saying, that you didn't keep it steady with. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you
right,
happy
right.
that you dodged that bullet.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I feel right now, my brother.
That's how you feeling,
know what I'm saying?
man?
I'm like, woo.
That's how you feel?
like,
That's
woo.
how you feel? Ladies and gentlemen,
Sometimes
welcome.
you gotta just say woo.
Welcome TR to the studio. Welcome back, brother. Good to see you, my man. I'm glad you took time out from drilling.
Hey, I drills no more.
You drills no more. You
As a
took
matter of
time
fact,
out
though,
from drilling.
I thought about going back.
You thought about going back?
In one episode, we need to have, because Dylan been bugging me about this. Because me and Dylan been kind of behind the scenes, and he's seen my retirement come into fruition in the whole 9 yards, and he sees what I'm going through right now.
Okay.
And what happened was I actually retired a little early,
Okay.
age-wise.
Okay.
And we didn't know, and I think that the world doesn't know, that they penalize you. They penalize you for retiring early.
Really?
If you go out before 55, and I mean, if there's anybody out there that actually has went through this too, number one, F you for not telling me. So I am telling everybody that, you know, you go through issues. I got taxed, I think, an extra 10%.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
So that was on top of, like, if you get a buyout, you know what I'm saying? You get taxed already with that buyout. Well, because of my age, and only because of my age, I got taxed actually an extra 10%.
Damn.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the upper room.
Yeah.
Upper
They
room
keep their
making it
hands in
happen.
everything. Joe Beasy, you
Joe
know,
Beasy.
said you can't make $600
Well, here's the
on
deal.
Cash App.
Here's the
You can't make
deal.
$600 on Cash App, brother, unless I'm coming in your pockets.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
that's ridiculous.
That's
man.
Mark L guy.
But that's
Hey.
another thing. We still on intros. I'm just happy, bro. I'm running off at the mouth, and I'm just happy. Let's spin it, Mark.
All right, well, that works for me, brother. Brother Darlin in the building, the namesake of the Yale Radiocast, in here with the Male Review.
I do want to shout out this equipment is kicking my ass right now.
It's going through
Yeah.
a
It
little
is
problem.
kicking my entire ass right now.
Accountability.
You know, hey, you got to know when something's better than you. And
Right.
you got to know
There
when
you
you're
go.
behind the curve of addressing something and say, you know what, I'm dropping the ball on that.
There you go.
I'm dropping the ball on this.
You dropped
It's
the
not
ball.
the equipment's fault. It's my fault for not managing the equipment well, because the equipment was going to do what it was supposed to do.
Oh,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to give a shout out to everybody that's here, man. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
that's what I'm talking about.
But, you know, back in the building, the Male Review, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I just want to shout out to everybody for being participants and supporters of the concept of the leg, because it's coming to fruition what we've developed it and the idea of what it is, man. So
Yes,
we
sir.
we
Yes,
did
sir.
the leg conference last week, and man,
Hey.
I could not be more.
Yeah.
Let me
hit, Mark.
Let me just go ahead and give you your flowers now. You know, I'm just borrowing a little phrase from one of our wonderful shows from Pimp Talk. Let me give you your flowers now. If you missed the way this man was moving at that leg conference, boy, you missed the show. That man had them mugs in a chokehold in that mother.
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Right.
I'm talking all of his interviews, all of the talking points, all of the different people he brought up there, all of the imagery, all of the work that was put into this leg conference. I mean,
and this dude talking about he don't want to be in front of the camera.
I mean,
he's talking about he don't want to be shining.
But see,
he look like a shiny motherfucker to me.
I know that's right. Well, this is the thing, though. This is one of the things that you know kind of came through to me in the visual. I mean, I think that we each have our talents, which is what a fully formed leg does.
A fully formed leg. And we haven't been fully formed in a while.
We have not been fully formed in a while.
Say that.
I think, like, you know, we haven't the leg, you know, we bit cramps.
Leg cramps.
Yeah, leg cramps.
We need some potassium up in this
our Achilles heel.
Yes.
We needed that.
Heel.
We didn't know how much we needed that.
But
Achilles
I
heel.
think each of us brings something to the table, and at different points and different times, each of us kind of goes to the forefront and kind of takes it over. And you know, sometimes you got to put a little extra knee action in it to make it work. Sometimes you need your calf muscle to kick up, and sometimes you need your thigh to kick in.
There you go.
With that said, man, with that said, I felt like I needed to find, you know, we had the leg day at the gym, right?
Okay.
Needed to
You
go
never
to the
skip
gym.
leg day.
Yeah, never skip leg day at the gym. Because the calf, man, the calf muscles, we were struggling out there.
Just a little bit.
So I said, let me go to the gym and let me see, because I got to find the calf. The calf has been missing, right?
I mean, you know.
So come to find out where to go to get your calves working. You go rock climbing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I went to the Caucasian Mountains,
You
right?
went to the Caucasus Mountains?
Yeah, I went to the
to the mountains in the Caucasus.
right? Yes. So I went to the Caucasus Mountains.
And what did you find,
I
sir?
found the goddamn cow.
Hey, there he is, y'all. The calf muscle done popped in on us.
Now, PSA, Now, just because the leg was able to go to the gym and add another 8.5 inches, don't expect the same outcome, okay?
More or less.
So old Josh House.
Josh House.
Josh is in the
building.
house.
White chocolate.
Yeah.
From what I
sir.
understood.
Josh
Yeah.
House, once formerly known as Josh the Intern,
Josh the
Yes.
intern.
will now go by the Achilles heel.
Not the Achilles heel.
Okay. I mean, that's funny.
The Achilles heel.
I'll take it.
But glad to see you back,
Yes,
brother.
it's nice
Lots
to be
been
back,
going
man.
on, man.
Lots been going on.
So
Lots been
tell
going
us
on.
what's going on, Josh.
Shoot, man, life's been a whirlwind lately, man.
That should be lifing.
Man,
Life be lifing, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm a full-time real estate agent right now.
Right on.
So working on
Hence
that.
the last name House. It
You
was
know,
destined to be. It was
be.
destined to
It was
be.
destined to be. So, I did kind of fall off for a time when I was pursuing that, and then had some other things going on, and so I'm just I'm happy to be back here at the table, and at the brown table.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say that while you was with the leg, man, you was in your groove. You was in your cool, brother.
Oh, yeah.
And I appreciate you being in your cool and your groove
yeah.
as a part of the Mail Review.
Yes, sir.
And you went away for a minute.
Yeah.
And I understand you're coming back to get your cool. That's very Joe Biden of you, coming to the black people when it's time to get your numbers and your cool back up. I appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's very Joe Bizzler.
I don't smell little kids' hair though.
Oh Lord!
I draw the line. And I have nothing to do with trading my funds in Russia.
Okay, right on.
Keep all my funds here in the mainland.
Listen, here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Funds were traded, sir. We're just gonna leave it at that, okay? Things happen. Life be lifing. It's like that. But welcome back, brother Josh, man. It's good to see you, man.
I would like to say one thing, man. I would say to anybody and everybody out there, man, just with everything that I have gone through, I would say keep your friends close, man. Don't let the people that have been the real ones in your life slip away. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're dealing with.
Yeah, man.
Don't ever think that just because what you're going through, you don't want to express that to your close friends, your close circle, because they're there for you, whether you know it or not.
Yep.
And that is if you got some real ones. If you don't got some real ones, I highly suggest you go get some real ones. You can call at 3:00 in the morning, and then we'll, but
come help you out.
Yeah, come and, assist.
Even if it takes 68 and a half hours.
Oh my God! And 45 seconds.
Right.
Where the fuck you been?
If you got some real ones.
But you know what? With that being said, Josh, I wanted to ask you. We're not gonna divulge a person's personal run. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They do what they do. They say what they say. They tell what they want to tell. But I wanted to ask upon that question that you just, that statement that you just made, brother. Do you actually feel, running that course and looking back at it, do you actually feel, and this is to everybody who feels like they are handling this stuff alone, do you feel like it would have been a little bit more comforting to reach out to the team a little bit more in the run that you was in?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, by all means, means, without question. Like, I won't even hesitate to say yes to that. Like, in all honesty, like, I mean, if you never know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You never know what's gonna happen. And if you're going through something, you need to make the people around you that care about you and that are always there for you. You need to make them aware of what you're going through, no matter what it is. Because if one day you just don't show up, you know what I mean? Like, if they don't know something's going on, they may not even know what to do or where to look.
Exactly.
And I just wanted to say that because, I mean, the therapy is a therapy, bro.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are so individual into their lives. They want to divulge what they want to divulge on Facebook. Not saying you or any, like I said,
I think that's human nature.
I'm just reaching out.
I think that's human nature with, especially I think with those of us that are in our 30s and up.
Right.
We grew up living a private life, and then we kind of had the internet and social media kind of put upon us.
Yeah.
So, like, for a little while, we were okay with having our lives out there, but then we kind of resort. I feel like, people that are in their 30s or older kind of have resorted back to that kind of.
I feel like
I want to keep myself a little more private because now all this is out here. Wait, hold on a minute. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
For myself personally, I've always kind of been, a private person. What I'm going through, I didn't really like sharing too much of details with stuff. And there's definitely certain people you can share certain things with, and certain things you can't with other people. But trying to go at it myself for almost 40 years. I mean, sometimes I was able to do it, sometimes I wasn't. You know what I mean? And it was those times that I wasn't, especially recently. That you really look back on, you reflect on, and you think you had it under control, but you really didn't.
Right. Well, that's the good thing about friends, especially, and we talk about it, and we always talk about things from the male perspective, right?
Right.
So one of the things about men, and one of the things, and I'm not going to use the T word, but you know where I'm going with this. One of the things that we're always taught is you need to go ahead and take it on the chin and get up there and get it and do what you need to do. But what we're seeing is that when what you come to an understanding of is somebody, like you said, above the age, once you get to a certain level where you have those friendships, making room for people to hold space for you is very important.
Right.
Men, we specifically need that. Yeah. We really do need that to be able to go, hey, darling, man, I'm down on my shit right now. Even if it's to say, hey, man, I got a couple $dollars for you. You need to get up off your ass and do this. You need to be able to hold space, and I need to be able to receive that information. So being able to do that, yes, that is definitely something that we do. Even though we're private, this is what these friendships are for. This is what we form these bonds for. So
I would say know the difference. Just know the difference because, like you just said, Josh, and I think that was the internal therapy or whatever, and it speaks volumes or whatever. You got to know the difference between Facebook and your immediate private circle. Because you can have a private circle, and that's what you're supposed to have, and that's what we've had for our comfort zone. But I think the idea is the perception. Understand, everybody can't be famous. Even famous people a lot of times show that they're not built for this shit.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a different element. But everybody wants to be famous right now. They feel like if they got 5,000 views on something, then hell, they got a fan base and they got a public. But guess what? Everybody's not built to be public.
Correct.
I know that I'm not. But like you just said, you did a very good service announcement with what you just said, which was you know, you're a very private person. But you feel like with this technology, everybody's putting stuff out there that maybe you shouldn't, and maybe you should understand your inner circle. Understand that there's dialing that you can call. And like I say, dude, there's not a lot of dialings. There's not a lot of people out there that understand what dialing is, so they're not going to call dialing.
Correct.
Yeah,
But understand your immediate circle of people versus, okay, you can't just put a blanket over everybody and say, okay, everybody's into my private business. No, everybody shouldn't be in your private business because you can't take everybody being in your private business.
No, hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I know I can't.
I can't
My
either,
circle's
bro.
so damn small, it's damn near a period.
I heard that.
So I don't mess with a lot of people. But I know for a fact that, and if you see me, I'm not on social media like that. But I'm not saying that you can't be. I'm just saying know the difference because your therapy lies in your circle.
Yeah.
It doesn't lie in your advertisement.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Advertisement
That's real
companies do not put their personal shit out there.
And whoever you got in that circle, make sure you got them saved in your phone under favorites so you can quickly access their information.
Oh, we're done. Do
in
you
the
know?
time
Do
of
you remember
that
your
need
phone
to-
number,
you know
my
what
brother?
I'm saying? Hey,
number?
I didn't say remember it. I didn't say remember it.
We
but
have to
know
know.
what they are.
have
right.
those numbers in a close location that you
But-
can get to
but
quickly
Josh, we
and
got
write down
to.
quickly just in case. I'm just
Mark
saying.
L, we got to take it back to the old school. We
saying.
got to remember at least one number, and let's
Yeah.
call that the parole number.
Your parole number.
The bail number.
The
No,
bail,
the
you know,
bail
you're
number.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
We have to have a
need
bail
that,
number.
You need that phone number that you can call no matter what the date. It automatically comes to mind.
Bro,
That's,
I don't even know my
that's-
wife's phone number.
That's bond.
Dylan just learned
We
his.
don't do that.
I promise you,
We
we
don't do that
literally
no more.
just had that conversation this morning. Like, that's funny because we were just talking about numbers and not being able to remember a number. Or because I was telling them how I remember my phone number, my mom's phone number from when I was a kid.
I remember
but
my
everything
very
after
first
that,
phone number,
I
too.
don't remember
It's
nothing.
gone.
So,
And
Right.
remember, we used to literally,
Right.
you could have a litany of those numbers saved in
Right.
your brain that you could call
Right.
up. I need to call Jimmy. Oh, yeah,
Right.
that's his number. Da-da-da-da.
I don't know.
So
Can
for therapy, let's call it bail numbers.
Can you cut the camera back? So this right here, I'm not gonna leave it up here quick. I'll leave it for the guys in here to look. But this was my lifeline
Lord.
for
2, 3, 4.
6. It was my lifeline for about
Right. Because the
3
cops
days.
ain't going to give you your cell phone.
Yep.
No, and they give you, and you only got a limited amount of time.
Right.
Before,
write down.
Right.
before it's no longer your cell phone.
So
at
let's
that
call
point.
it bail numbers. You need therapy wise. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah, you
Mark
need an
L,
emergency
Josh,
line,
dialing from right now. We're going to school the people that call in and say, "Do you have your bail number ready and available?
Yep,
Do
that's
you know
important.
it? Did you memorize it?
That's correct.
Nigga, I'll be in jail for a minute.
Trying to remember
For a
number.
minute. I don't know him. I don't
Man.
know him at all.
You be like, y'all
No,
got
no.
a yellow pages. They be like, what's that?
I don't like I
You
said,
got a
bro.
white
I
page?
don't know.
What's
I'll
that?
be in trouble because I know not one number. I don't know my wife's number. I don't know my daughter. She out there in the lobby right now. I couldn't call her on the phone
Right now.
if somebody stole my phone and I needed to call her.
Lord, you couldn't even call her.
Okay, so man, we got the hot hellos in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tyrone is in the building. TR. We got Josh in the
Josh is
building.
in the building.
We of course Marcus Markel is here and myself.
The pillars. The pillars.
The pillars of the leg.
That is correct.
The brace of the leg.
The brace
I would have
of
to
the
say
leg.
that. I
The
would have to
leg
say
is
that.
brace.
The
Yeah.
leg brace is here, and man, this feels good.
Yes, sir.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Trevor, who's out there watching as well, who is being entertaining his soon-to-be fatherly duties.
Yep, right
Oh.
on. Congrats, Trevor.
Yes, so his hands are full out there.
Oh, gray hair Trevor?
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
gray hair.
high shit. Congratulations, gray hair Trevor.
Lord have mercy.
I got grades too, baby. I got grades too.
I got a
Shit,
couple.
High shit.
And also our newest partner, Mr. Buddy Rowe, who
Buddy Rowe.
Yeah, Buddy Rowe. Shout out to him for joining on to the team, man.
Right.
So we got some comments on the stream. Dr. Evil Genius is here with
Yo.
us today.
Dr.
Doc.
Evil.
Dr. Evil Genius is a leg member as well from
Absolutely.
across on the other side of the state.
Yep, there you go.
On the other side of the state.
Right.
Miss Phoenix is here as well. Shout out to you.
What's up, Trina?
I just learned my husband's number. See?
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't y'all
Right.
been married? Wait a minute.
No, she
1 year and 13 days.
But for whatever reason, she knows when the damn rent's supposed to be paid.
I know that's right. She can call you when that happens.
She can call the OGs. She called us the OGs. The OGs are in the building. That feels good, man.
Yeah, it does,
congratulations, Trev. And once again, we just want to give a salute. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Mr. Buddy Rowe, who just happens to be from the homeland of Pensacola, PHS alumni, along with me and my brother TR here as well. So he's out handling his personal business. I was trying to get him in, but couldn't make that happen, man. And I think that the idea, and Joshua will understand this part when we talk about iron sharpens iron.
Oh yeah.
And brotherhood.
Yes.
And creating, as Brother Sincere always mentions, a village as well.
Yes, sir.
And building and creating a village. Right. And I felt like we are on the way to that with the people that we're surrounding ourselves with, which kind of like circles in to what we've been saying about you got to have that nucleus. You got to have that core base of friends. You got to have those people that you're close to that you can rely on.
Yep.
You know, so as the idea of the Male Review and the idea of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen grows, the purpose grows as well.
Yes.
But at the same time, the purpose stays the same, which is congregating with like-minded men.
Yeah.
And just focusing, because we all think differently in this room.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Right.
As long as me and TR have known each other, we think about a lot of things alike. We see a lot of things different as well. The same thing with me and Mark L. The same thing with me and Josh and so forth and so on. So just know when you hear these conversations, it's not a one way of thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We all have our different opinions and our different ideas.
The long-term goal is to get people to understand, at least clearly more so understand how men approach things.
Right.
But you gotta come. We come together with a common goal though, and that's bettering ourselves,
the basis,
bettering generations to come, and and that's another thing I wanted to add to it too, is that we see that need, and that's something I think in our society, Mark L kind of touched on it, is that as men, we're supposed to be these tough guys that have no emotion, that don't go through anything. We don't need nobody. Mm-hmm. And and I'm glad that a lot of the older ones we figured this out now, but it's on us too though to pass it on to the younger generation. Absolutely. So they don't have to go until they're in their 30s and stuff like that and figuring this out, that they in 30s and 40s that they need somebody there for them. So it's an important thing to pass along.
Yes.
Okay, so since we talking about brotherhood and fatherhood and mentorship and whatever, we got to talk about some topics, bros. And I know we kind of freeballing it today, but TR brought something up to me earlier in the week, right? We was talking about Mr. Deion Sanders. TR.
What Deion doing now, bro?
Deion Sanders basically was talking about how he picks his positions.
Okay.
And they were kind of based on that player's personal foundation, not just how he goes out and tackles, how he performs as a defensive line or a quarterback or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Deion Sanders actually said, and I'm paraphrasing, so sorry, Deion.
I'll be pulling it up as you.
But he actually said that he picks his quarterbacks of a sound home base, like father being represented in the house, mother being represented in the house, mm-hmm. and because that's his quarterback or whatever. He feels like his quarterback got to have a good foundation in order to lead other teammates.
Okay.
And that's how he picks him.
Okay.
And so he was saying, I think the linemen, he feels like it could be like either the father being there or having an influence. And like I said, I'm paraphrasing, but the defense, the defensive line, he said basically he looks at the idea of single mother. They just making it. The mama can't even fly out to the games. And they were laughing when they were saying it, but a lot of people, he took flack from it because a lot of people, took it immediately to race.
Of course they did.
He at no time said anything about a black mother or a white mother.
He just said.
And we know today there's a lot of white single mothers. We know there's a lot of black single mothers.
True.
But they felt like since Deion said it, and they felt it, men lie, women lie numbers. Don't look at his lineup. He had a mixed lineup. You can't say his line is black. You can't say his, I guess quarterback or white. So
the starting quarterback for Colorado going to be black next year.
On quarterback.
right.
Correct.
So, I mean, here's the thing. Do we feel like it's just talk, it's just entertainment, or we feel validation?
Dr. Even as a read that.
I believe that the foundation of the informs how he's been the and I'm gonna roll with that. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, bro. They pay this man to coach this team. And they do usually give coaches pretty good leeway as to how they pick whatever. For all arguments, he's the CEO.
Right.
Okay? Puts people in position and thinks it's the best help his organization.
Right.
It's logic. I mean, it may sound
it's
ugly.
Psychology.
It is.
Psychology.
It may sound ugly, but it is what it is.
But Mark, the king of judgment races conversation. I would have to draw a picture for you.
Okay.
It was from what people are speculating. The reason why they had an issue was he was saying it in front of mostly a white panel or a white interviewer, and other people on, the actual, like I said, when they showed the people or they were talking about, it was predominantly so. They did say that they think that was racist and how you basically they Mark Air.
All right, here's what he said. We want smart, tough, fast.
Just kidding.
Discipline with character, Sanders told Rich Eisen, his former colleague at the NFL Network. Quarterbacks are different. We want mother and father, dual parents. We want that kid to be a 3.5 GPA. He's got to be smart.
Right.
He can't make bad decisions off the field. He has to, let's see, what does it say? I can't see it.
For offensive linemen, we look for dual parent homes with a strong father that they adhere to. That's the part.
Right.
They adhere to. They also need to be smart, have a 3.3 plus GPA, and be tough and physical. Defense line is totally the opposite. Single mother on free lunch, and he's just trying to make it.
He's trying to rescue mama. I want him to just get it.
Let's get it.
Just go get it. We know what. Go get it.
I mean, have you ever played football? Has any of these people that are hating and mad, have they ever played football? Do you know the kind of mentality it takes to put those pads on and to go out there and put your body on the line every day?
I played a little bit, and I was ready to run. I could run that ball. I wasn't ready to get hit.
Yeah,
that part.
That's the piece.
Every position, it takes a different kind of mindset. That's why, it's so annoying in this society where we just automatically go to race, or we automatically go to this, we automatically go to that.
I think they just mad.
Get out of here with that crap, man. This is psychology. This is what is behind this kid, what is driving this kid, what is making him happen, whether it ain't got nothing to do with race. Get out of here.
I believe that Deion was making entertainment.
You think he was entertaining?
I'm not necessarily saying that he was making a joke. I'm not necessarily saying that he was making a actual physical, this is concrete statement. I think it was an in-between.
Okay.
I think he was telling an idea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not that this is law. Because here's the thing. Deion's smart. Let's negate the idea that he's so dumb that he would stigma his whole entire team because this person that is fitted in this position very well doesn't have the background that I figured that they would have, so he has to be over here. A single mother, what?
That's where I was going with that.
Read the comment.
The comment, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but
go ahead.
Okay, the comment, Phoenix. The comment should have never been made out loud. That's exactly what I was going to say next. Here's the thing.
I like Dr. Eva Jean's response. Why not?
Yes.
Okay, now wait.
Yes. Why not?
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
get the juices going.
Let me say it like this. So I'm with Phoenix and Dr. Evil on this. Let me tell you why. First thing, there's no telling that this ain't been how they've done this for years.
Opinion?
We got a discussion in our backdrop, baby.
Listen,
we got a discussion behind the curtains, baby.
Here's the thing.
Let's get it.
Who said that they haven't been doing this for years? Who said that this is not how they choose to pick these people? The problem is it's been something that's been spoken aloud, and that's where the problem came in. I think they just mad because somebody said it out loud. That's my thought process. Now, again, with Dr. Evil Genius, why not? I need to ask y'all a question, and if you can answer this, I'll wait.
Single parent households aren't a black invention.
They are not a black invention.
Right.
You are absolutely correct. So let me ask y'all a question. Everybody here at this table is old enough to know. When the last time Dion gave a fuck?
I mean, he is from Florida. I mean,
I would say ever.
you already
I
know.
would say ever.
Oh, okay.
Ever, never.
So what's the next topic?
Yeah.
When is Deion Sanders? Sanders, I told the story on the show before.
Yep, you did.
Deion Sanders showed up to my college. I promise you, it was every bit of 98 motherfucking degrees. In a fur coat. In a full length to his feet. Fur coat. Got out of a limo, walked into that gym. We was sweating in there. The air conditioner wasn't even on. That man had on a fur coat and was the coolest thing in the building. When has he ever gave a damn what anybody thought?
And let's just be real. The only time that you're loving on Dion or you're loving on anybody in that capacity is when they're winning for you and they're on your team.
Right. Correct.
You hate them when they're against your narrative.
It'll be a foregone conclusion if they run the table next season.
I'm gonna go
Right.
ahead and fly Dr. Evil Genius down here sooner or later because he just speaks the room sentiments for me. If someone is upset about truth being said out loud, they resemble a hit dog hollering. Just
said.
my POV.
Hit dog holler. That's crucial. But I'm again.
See,
if you go look at it,
I come from the era of you say you tough enough to take these words until we present these goddamn words, and now you're offended by words. I only said some shit, motherfucker. You didn't die.
right.
Dollar,
You don't have to fucking agree with me, but you damn sure have the power to say I believe, and you are so adamant in your beliefs, which is cool. Your beliefs are your beliefs,
Correct.
Right.
and you shield that with freedom of speech. And I'm living in my truth and freedom of expression. And you're the soft one. Until I say my motherfucking beliefs, now you're saying I shouldn't have said some shit?
Why?
The fuck?
Why does it work for you
Right.
and not for me?
Right.
And that's where I'm at with it.
Dollar know that I'm an advocate for accountability.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that my brother, shout out to Billy D. Williams, I think my brother hit the narrative of his title of his group very, very poignant, underline the statement of accountable youth. Because you have to start showing accountability first before you start showing any kind of respect, i.e., freedom, i.e., what you want to do. You got to look at accountability. Look, I'm never telling you what you have to do, but I am telling you, you have to understand that you're going to be held accountable. Just the repercussions of your actions are an accountability situation that you put yourself in.
Yes. Right.
So, hey, Dion don't give a shit about what y'all said.
Nothing.
Because guess
not a
what?
piece.
9 times out of 10, he can pick a winner.
This is all I'm saying.
He can pick a winner. Can you pick a winner?
Can you do that? And people that sit in these positions do that. Living in my truth. Dr. Evil Genius says, living in my truth, in quotes, equals immersing myself in lies from nowhere. Are you sure, T.I.? Let me take your phone off the table. Are you
I'm not feeding him lies. I am not feeding him lies.
I can't argue with that point.
He's at least attending in the league.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. At least
Right.
attending.
And,
Yes.
and people, there's nothing wrong with what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with the idea, but don't be delusional. Don't be delusional in this world. We have so many people that are delusional. And here's my thing. And I've always wanted to say this with that camera in my face. Understand, you're going around calling everybody a lie. You're calling everybody great. The women are calling each other 10s and stuff like that. Understand what the word great means. Because if everybody is great, nobody's great. Because the definition of great is being above the normal.
Correct.
Most people on this earth are normal because that is the idea of the sentiment, the view, the information that you get in is general. right? Most things are general. So when you have an above average situation, that's an above average situation. Everybody can't be great. Your damn child ain't great because they're your child.
Right.
They're just another child.
Correct.
And understand that greatness is above the normal. So if you're going to rate yourself, you got to know definitions before you know delusion.
How about that?
Ooh, man, the leg is heavy today. We've been in the gym. Leg day at the gym.
Leg day at the gym, baby. That's what it's
So like we are free balling today, so it's really no true topics. Hit us with a topic though.
Yeah, hit us with a topic.
That's what I would love for y'all to do. Hit us with something hot so you can get our unbiased, impromptu opinions on whatever the topic is.
Because this SOB just hit me with a topic. Because I wasn't ready.
I got this because Slim hit me early on Pill Talk early in the week with the Aiden Ross received the backlash for saying that there are only two genders. But we don't got to talk about that because we be hitting that topic quite often. But hit us with any kind of topics y'all got so we can converse about this with the fully formed leg.
Hey, why not? Come on with it. Let's see what we got, man.
Exactly. So let's go to you've been posting the comments. Do we got anything to expand upon or whatever?
Just Ja Morant wanting to be in them streets. Okay, so Ja Morant, the NBA player for the Memphis Grizzlies, and always getting in goddamn trouble with his stupid ass. And I love what Shannon Sharp said, bro. You got to separate yourself from the streets. And this kind of goes back once again, ties into what we've been saying this whole stream with being a brotherhood and knowing where your brothers are. I just said congregate with like-minded men. So for those who are unaware, he's been caught up into some. Look. Didn't I say she was gonna do that? Tyrone.
Right.
Didn't I say she was gonna do that in the middle of the show?
Right.
She did it on purpose. She did it on purpose.
Did you send her the times?
No. But I said
accountability. You fucked up, my brother. See how we do that shit on the live?
No, because I never even hit her up like I said I was gonna do. I said I was gonna wait till after the show. But then I said, just my luck, she gonna call during the show.
Go ahead and text her because I love this live shit. I love this reality TV.
Shout out to the Queen's Court. Because we're doing some work with the ladies of the Queen Court and the boss lady is contacted. And I said, as I was leaving the house, I'm not going to call her because just my luck, she's going to call us in the middle of the show.
Shout out to boss lady. Shout out to boss lady. This is what we do, man.
But back to old Ja Morant. Mm-hmm. And Ja's, what is he, third, fourth year? Somewhere in the league.
How old is he?
Like he's young. He's early 20s. I'm going to get his age. But
okay.
Outstanding player. I would compare him to this day's Allen Iverson. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
He's this day's Allen Iverson.
Like that.
Maybe even higher than, you know what I'm saying? Just outstanding young man, outstanding player. He's the it guy for whatever the next generation of players may be. He may be the face of the NBA, but he's a new era kid. He's one of these Z era Zennials or whatever.
Born 99.
So shit. So he has that mindset. He has that
Demetrius.
mindset. What? What?
That's his legal name, Demetrius.
Okay. Demetrius?
Yeah.
So wherever we got Ja Morant is
Demetrius Jamel
Morant. Yeah. Okay, so he's been getting in a lot of legal.
Demetrius need to sit his ass down.
Demetrius Papa.
So I'm gonna pull up some articles, but he's been getting in trouble because he still has not separated himself from his circle of friends, his brothers, his guys he came up with, his road dogs,
right?
And he's been getting in a bit of trouble as of late, and he has not adhered to the guidance that the people before him and alongside of him has tried to deliver. And sometimes it takes a while for that to settle in when you're talking to your younger brothers about how to maneuver a little bit.
You know, there was
because you already been down that road. You done got in trouble for certain things. And sometimes they just don't.
It's getting a little warm in here.
Let me.
There was a philosopher that used to say, and I can't. The philosopher's name escapes me, but a hard head make a soft ass.
Oh, that was my uncle. My Uncle Bubba.
That was it. The philosopher was Uncle who?
Uncle Bubba.
Uncle Bubba.
Uncle Bubba.
Have you not heard this philosophy? A hard head make a soft ass.
Yes, I have.
All the time.
Yes, I have.
So if you don't listen to people giving you advice, you got a hard head. Eventually, your ass is gonna have to pay for it.
Okay, but do we know that people have given them him some type of sound.
Sure.
It's when you go through the NBA, they give you some courses of things to avoid. Go ahead.
Because you got stuff. You got
okay,
stuff.
look at this man's daddy. He out here trying to pick fights with Shannon Sharp.
Okay, so there you go. Ja Morant didn't come up in the streets. He's trying to conform to that lifestyle from beyond it. Kind of like T.I. son.
Okay.
King, sit your goofy ass down.
You ain't.
Sit your goofy ass down. You are not from the, you know the slang and the term.
Hov did that. So hopefully you have to go through that. That's it.
So I'm going to pull up the recent article, but just coming from a perspective of, Tyrone, you've had a conversation with your nephew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we've had conversations with younger men.
Right.
And the challenges of them being hard-headed versus does it sink in?
And speaking about, I would be honest with you, bro. Speaking about the T.I. situation in King or whatever, because I grew up on a reality show. And I got like a soft place for them kids. It seemed like to me. Mm-hmm. And I would have to say, bro, even though that's a hard, idea to wrap around, the way that grown men are coming at him that don't know him, I kind of disagree with that, but kind of agree with it at the same time. Okay. I disagree with the idea because these are grown men. The father is going to feel a certain kind of way. And I would have to honestly say, as far as T.I. is concerned, bro, you need to have that conversation with your son. You need to sit them all down. And T.I. say, well, I had that conversation or whatever the case may be. But you're defending. Because I looked at the statement that he made about the Waffle House brawl or the Waffle House incident. Mm-hmm. And I would have to honestly say that the way you explained it to the world, it was kind of like, okay, you was basically telling the boy things that like, why would you be yelling or going back and forth with just a cook? You know what I'm saying?
like he was below him.
Yeah, it was kind of like he's a below you type deal. And maybe, T.I., if I was wrong, I apologize. But I would have to honestly say that sentiment feed the young world. You have to have the idea of respecting the one who was before you, even if to get your ass out of the limelight, out of trouble, unless that's what you wanted.
Right.
So understand,
want that attention?
If you want that attention, right. just like AJ, want that attention. Understand there's not sorry for you, the crowd outside that saying guy. You know what I'm saying? If that dude, if your son wanted that smoke, then okay, he's out in the limelight now. But see, there's not just people his age watching that. There's not just the community that he, thinks he sees that just derive of people that want to see this entertainment. There's also judges that see that. There's also police officers that see that. Correct. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so this is one of the most recent things. Grizzlies, Ja Morant seen in a video appearing to display a gun at a nightclub, NBA investigation. Now, this is following behind a current lawsuit of he beat down a teenage kid, 17-year-old, hitting them over 10 times a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
I seen that.
Okay, so Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant remains in the news for off-court issues. Let me go ahead and
flashed a gun on Instagram Live while in a strip club. Come on, man.
Well, I'll let you guys take it from there.
Are we losing? Are we losing when it comes to our youth? Are we losing when it comes to our youth?
Man.
Markel?
Days after, go back to that. Let me see that little piece right there.
There you go. Days after report, police said Morant allegedly exploded a gun after punching a teenager 12 or 13 times during a pickup basketball game last summer. Video surfaced Saturday of Morant appearing to display a gun while shirtless at a nightclub.
Number one, why are you chest naked at a nightclub?
It was a strip club. It was a strip club, to clarify.
Was he working?
I know, right? Well, yeah, because it's not making sense. But no, because he's Ja Morant. I mean, why not?
Well, it ain't no excuse.
I mean, this is I think that right in there. I think that statement right in there alone, Markel, says a lot of the problem right there.
Ray J was naked on the interview.
You said why not? You said why not? He's Ja Morant. Why not? Who the fuck is John Morant?
Right.
At the end of the day. At the end of the day.
He's a
He ain't
basketball
Ray
player
J.
for the
He ain't Ray J.
Even Ray J.
I don't need to see Ray J with a shirt off at the strip club.
That's that mentality is
There was
that
a
I
video
got. That's that mentality though is that I got money. I can do whatever I want.
Right.
I ain't gonna get caught. If I do get caught, I got enough money to get myself out of trouble.
Right.
I need to add this.
Until you can't.
Ray J looks 23 from the neck up. He looks about 57 from the neck down. And I would have never
I
took
just
off my
want to know
shirt,
why
bro.
I'm trying to take it over here and TR is still talking about Ray J's body.
Because I didn't like it. Because I didn't like it. Can I not like something and comment on it?
Not at all.
Can I not like
like it.
something and comment on it? Dude, that's
He
what I'm saying.
had to get that body comment.
But bro,
he just had
but
to.
bro,
He was like,
but
nah,
bro,
come
what
on,
I'm
no, wait,
saying-
no, Ray J's body.
But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. You have to honestly say what you don't like when you're a male. If you looking at a little dude,
So you'd rather a young man's body is what you're talking about.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is that what you
Wait
said?
a minute.
Is that what
This
you
is
said?
going
I
off the
just
rails,
said-
gentlemen.
Is that
I
what you
just
said?
how was that even taken from that? Okay.
You talk about Ray J's
Okay,
body.
you opened up a can of worms.
Oh,
You
wait
opened up a can of worms. Cause hey, I ain't going to jail trying to be around men. I'm not going to jail just trying to be around men.
So, Ja Morant felt like he was Ja Morant. He was Ja Morant in the club.
It was Ja Morant.
Ja Morant in the club. And
Walk
did this.
around the club.
Fuck everybody who
can't sleep,
can't up. Fuck everybody. Don't give a fuck. Fuck everybody. That's what he was doing. And conversely, this fool is now in a nightclub with no shirt on. And just, I want you to understand this. You the judge, and this dude hits your courtroom. What you think?
Make an example of this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hold up, because we asked this about a year ago behind the Britney Griner thing. You said, well, what if it was Jordan? Would they still prosecute Jordan, lock Jordan, right? And I said, nah, because that's Michael Jordan.
Right.
Now, we're talking about Ja Morant, who carries himself in the image that certain walk of people do not like.
Right.
The brash, arrogant, young black men.
Don't give him a reason.
And I would say image-wise, Britney changed her image. When she had them jail photos, she was totally feminine. Did y'all see her at the award show?
Did she cross her legs?
Did
Was
y'all
she
see
in
her at the
heels?
award
Was
show?
she in heels and a skirt?
What did she look like?
Suited and booted with her girlfriend right there.
Did she have a suit on?
And did she call
My
her-
wife thought that was a man
But did
because she
call-
came in on it. Like,
Okay,
and she was
okay.
like, "Who's the dude right there?" And I said, "That's Britney." And she said, "No, I'm talking about the dude." I said, "I'm not talking about the female that's dressed like a female by him. I'm talking about her. I'm talking about the female that's dressed up in a suit. That's Britney or whatever for the award show." And voice dropped when she was in prison. The voice was a lot higher. Y'all need to honestly try to bring that one up. And I'll argue that with anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just you change that image versus how you want to be seen. And that's what I'm getting back around to. You change that image on how you want to be seen.
Okay.
And if you want to change that image or change the perception, people already know. You change your views. Mark L., how in the hell would you be Cat in the Hat without a effing hat?
Hey.
Well, you know, there are other hats that we wear that we don't show everybody. Mark L might show them, but you know. I don't show
I'm talking about the hat on his head.
wait,
See,
wait,
that's a Josh segue right there. See, Josh, you missed that one. You missed
You
that
were supposed to jump right in, John.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
rusty.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
ain't finna
Josh
disrespect my
rusty.
hats in
Yeah,
this-
Josh rusty.
Who the hell you texting? You texting your cell,
Y'all
buddy?
ain't finna disrespect my hats in this here studio today, sir. But no, but
I'm learning to keep my mouth shut.
You make a valid point though. You for real. So basically, we got this dude. He's not like Dr. Evil said. He's not from the streets. He's trying to do it after the fact. Why? Because he suddenly got a bunch of money. He gonna learn the hard way if he keep down this path. That's all I got.
Yeah.
For Ja Morant.
Okay,
Would you give him any advice?
Shut the fuck up and sit your ass down somewhere. Play ball and
Shut up and dribble?
damn it.
Is that what you're
Shut up
saying?
and motherfucking dribble.
Oh,
Shut up and motherfucking dribble. Shit. That's real talk. Look, listen. So you let's just I'm gonna just throw some numbers out there.
Wow.
1% of the population, the males that play basketball, makes it to the NBA, right? Let's just say it's 1%.
True that. We
right?
understand that, yeah.
So you have this wonderful opportunity to play basketball and play basketball for a living and make money. That's it. Mm-hmm. You can go out and kick it, and you can be cool. You can go out. You can go out and get your drink on. There's certain things you can do, but at the end of the day,
from the half court line.
You walking around. You thug life now.
When it fits, it fits.
You thug life now,
darling. So what are you saying? The perception of that you take on it or whatever.
You
I know
right
what Josh
now?
is saying about Mark L's statement. I want to know what you think about Mark L's statement.
About the shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble.
I agree, motherfucker. Sit. Look here. Sit.
Little dumb motherfucker,
Ja.
sit your ass. What you doing at the club with a gun?
I got.
But when a white woman said it.
I see what you're trying to do, Tyrone.
I'm trying to create entertainment.
That's it. He trying to be the Dion of the studio. The Dion of the studio today. Go for it. I'm creating entertainment, sir.
It's all, buddy. What you think, darling? Let's hear it.
I agree. Sometimes when you're stupid, you need to shut the entire fuck up. So Ja Morant, who is out here, because what the white lady said
Yes.
to LeBron James, who was speaking
About politics.
Correct.
Which is, there's nothing against the law about saying, hey, I don't like how this president is moving. I
different
speak
Right.
every
concept.
week on goofy ass Joe Biden, a.k.a.
Right.
Josh House.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about. And then there was this time in cheese.
Okay, yeah, but no, he came here to kiss hands and shake babies.
That's it. That's
But
all
no,
we got.
but what I'm saying is for Ja Morant, in the moment of you cannot let your circle dictate your future.
Correct.
Especially when you're the one dictating the future for everybody around you.
All of them. Right.
He's the pacemaker here. You can't allow something else to set your pace. That's negative. Especially when you're in a situation where you are about to, sooner or later, I don't know if he's a father yet, but sooner or later will be, because one of these thoughts gonna get him out here in these streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a family to feed, and you're putting on an image that don't put nothing in your pockets. Your basketball skills, your talent puts the money in your pockets.
You don't think these people will snatch that shit out from under your ass?
Cause they waiting. Remember what they did? Allen the fuck Iverson.
Michael the fuck Vick.
Michael Vick. Thank you. So that's my thing. Until you learn how to carry yourself, man, you might want to listen to somebody who's been there. And
shut
these
the
people
fuck up and
these
dribble.
people who have been there have all said, basically, shut the fuck up and dribble.
That's all.
Well, it coming from Mark's mouth, it sounded very black. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize how white it sounded until somebody brought it back to somebody actually. The quote of the white woman was the same exact quote of Mark, but it sounded very black coming from Mark. It sounded very fatherly. It sounded like sit your ass down. It sounded very manly.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
what
It
we
was.
do.
It wasn't.
And it wasn't in the same context.
It-
I give you
correct.
that.
Taking
Absolutely.
yes.
It wasn't in the same context. One was about something that you could speak on. The other one was
Yeah.
about sit your ass down. Let me big brother you.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be Big Brother.
Josh House, how you felt about the comment? Did it seem very white?
I mean,
Did it seem oppressive, sir?
I was
Speak on it.
I was kind of offended that a person of color would use such a word.
Such a word.
Such words.
That us people of Caucasian came up with, and it's our phrase.
Look,
and
we taking it back. I got something to talk about.
I feel
we
like-
took
Oh, we're just taking it back.
The word that y'all created that
you're
we
pro-
use for privilege.
It's okay when you say it.
So, Mr. Josh, did that sound like a big bro sit your ass down comment that Markel just made? I feel like it does.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's sometimes, like Dallin says, sometimes you gotta have that person that tells you just shut your mouth up, sit down, don't do shit.
Yeah.
Get your ass
Except
up in the
what
morning,
you're
go to
supposed
work,
to do.
It's
stand
work
your
out.
business.
Yeah.
Especially when you see all the heat on you. The thing is, you're gonna make bad decision moves. You're gonna make bad steps.
Right.
But when you see them piling up and somebody points out everything that's piling up on you, you need to be wise enough to pay attention. Like, dude, do you see the light is on you right now with all of these things that you're doing wrong, all these bad decisions? It's different when you make the mistakes and you haven't seen the bad decisions or the repercussions of them.
Bright lights are in Tyson. Look what that shit did to Tyson.
Right. Yep, exactly.
Right. So when somebody's saying, hey, you got this going on. You got this going on. You got this. Do you see all this stuff that's on your plate right now? It's different when you're doing some things and the repercussions don't hit yet because you're still going to move out of ignorance. You're still going to move immaturely. Hey, we've all done it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I didn't get 2 girls pregnant at the same time by being smart. I was dumb as hell. And the repercussions came back to back. Bow, bow, bow. Body blow. Oh, shoot. I'll aim somewhere else. I know that shit.
Might need to slow it down.
Let me work on my free throws, okay?
But you're right. It makes sense. I mean, it's a very simple concept. It really is a very simple concept. And that's what it's about. Nobody's out here trying to tell you what to do with your money. Ain't nobody out here trying to tell you how to live your life. But what I'm going to say is this. That shit can be taken away from you just as easily as you got it based on your talent. You got it easily through your talent and your hard work and your persistence and your practice and all the work you put in to get to this level. You can't tell me he didn't have times that he doubted himself. You can't tell me that. So you gonna turn around now that you've made it and you gonna shit all over it? Nah, bro, sit your ass down somewhere.
TR, where you standing at? Why you asking us?
I would have to say, well, I'm just keeping it moving. Am I doing a good job here?
You're doing a great job, sir.
Okay.
You're doing a fantastic job. TR's back, y'all. TR, we got a full leg. We got a full leg.
Fantastic job,
That being said, let me make another transitional statement or whatever.
Okay, go for it.
It's kind of like the accountability thing going back to, we had this talk about birth control.
Right.
And I would have to still say it lines up with the accountability. Everything lines up with the idea of, hey, you're out here doing these things. Let's hold the first step accountable more than step 2 and step 3.
In other words, your first step is the most important one.
The first step is insertion.
Because that...
Why you look at me?
I'm making sure you all right.
Well, make sure you wasn't triggered,
I'm making sure you wasn't triggered right there. I'm making sure you wasn't triggered right there.
That might have been the 24th
You know what I'm
trigger,
saying?
sir.
But the first step, the bar. You're right.
Bars.
The first step, as I always tell everybody, the first step is the most important step.
Yes.
Because that's the most accountable step. Understand, you get into a car, turn the car on, pull out the driveway, you go down the street and have an accident. Now, if that car was never turned on, would that accident have ever happened?
No.
So who the hell turned the car on?
I mean, somebody could run into your house.
True that. But the car ran into something else.
Yeah.
The car itself.
In this
what I'm saying?
instance,
Who
the
was
car
driving
ran
the
into
car?
something else.
You know,
Right, yeah.
stats show 80% of the driver whip. Never mind.
Right.
Is the car a Tesla? Because if it's Tesla, it could blow up by itself.
Oh, my God.
I haven't seen that. And you're going to have to validate that number. You're going to have to validate that
I mean,
number.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to end my little piece of that. I'm going to go ahead and land my plane right there. Kind of like when we were at the leg conference. The judge, the
Yes.
brother, so we had a judge, a black judge there, you know, from juvenile court, as a matter of fact.
The first black judge.
The first black judge of juvenile court, Cobb County, right?
In Cobb County, yes.
He said, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, but your job is to try to make the mistakes you can recover from. Okay? Every mistake you can't recover from. You know, you mess around and blow somebody's brains out. That's not a mistake you can recover from. There's somebody who has been, what they call it now, unalived.
Yes.
This is somebody you have unalived. You can't. It's hard to recover from that mistake, right?
Yeah.
But mistakes you can recover from, stupid shit like going to the club with a gun. You can recover from that, but you gonna need to sit your ass down and actually and show people that you are taking a look at this and going, you know, because you know, let's just pull it out the NBA. Let's just assume that this is just us, grown men talking.
Right.
How many times have you been on the cusp of a situation with some friends that was like, man, we finna go over here and do this, and you had to be like, you know what? No, that ain't a good look for me. My mama gonna kill me.
Right.
Or I'm gonna get in trouble. You have to take your own accountability
Right.
into your hands and make a decision. I've had people offer me all kind of wild felony ideas and opportunities that I had to be like, bro, I'm not fucking with that. No, because I'm looking at what this is going to mean down the line and what my life is going to look like should this actually occur. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm looking at it like that, nigga, you're going to get caught.
And you know what? Usually when you push the line, you keep on doing dumb shit and it gets worse and worse.
It always gets
You don't
worse.
never push the line and keep the line there.
Never. Because
if you get off with it.
If you
see what I'm saying? If you got away with
something
it.
else.
I think that's because there's mistakes that you make in life, especially as a man. There's mistakes that you make in life as you're learning.
Yeah.
Right? And those are usually the mistakes that you can come back from.
Correct.
I like that. You know what I mean? I like
Correct.
that statement. The mistakes that you make when you let your pride and your ego get in the way,
Right.
or you let your pride and your ego block your judgment,
Right.
those are generally the mistakes you can't come back from.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think this whole conversation really just kind of comes down to us as men individually. We got to look at our own pride. We got to look at our own ego. Put that shit to the side.
Boy, that pride is a motherfucker, ain't it?
It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard fight, bro.
Is it?
Ain't it?
Yeah.
I believe your pride is some of the worst at the table, darling. To be honest with you. I believe. I'm not talking about you right now. I'm not talking about.
Pride manifests itself in many ways.
Because understand.
It's not just arrogance.
I understand, darling. You have developed, and my brother, I give you your flowers, period. You know what I'm saying? You have developed into a businessman, which look at things more logical, period. Way more. But understand where you came from, though.
Oh, I know where I came from.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I spoke earlier on ignorance. I had to make those mistakes. I had to make those trips and those falls to say, maybe next time
Right.
I don't need to do that.
Right.
Maybe I need to stop or steer away from that altogether. Even if, because it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that I would love to do. Mark L., have you noticed I've been a little less petty as of late online?
Okay,
Online.
yeah, okay. About to say,
Online.
Not towards you, not towards you, but online. Online.
Yeah.
You got to be more specific.
Online.
But no, that's correct. Because, one, you have bigger things to deal with, right?
Yes.
So your mind state is going to automatically elevate from that.
Right.
I mean, every once in a while, you gotta let the steam off.
Yeah. I poke him to let him know I'm still here.
But you're as we grow and become, more ourselves as we grow and we take on these years and we take on these new ventures and we do new things. That stuff is kind of small.
Right.
You look crazy if you was just out here attacking motherfuckers on Facebook every day.
Yeah.
And then talking about some man. I need y'all to get in here to do these shows. Motherfuckers be looking at you like,
Right.
So I can't yell at y'all and make y'all do, huh?
If you concentrate on pennies, you concentrating on petty.
That's correct.
Ooh.
You trying to get the dollars.
Oh, shout out to light worker Wayne.
A man must have sand pride.
Super Saiyan.
You gotta grow. You gotta blow up.
Man. Yeah.
Blow 'em
Dragon
up.
Ball Z. No,
Right.
Dragon Ball
Oh,
Z.
hell
But
yeah.
that's the fact.
Hell yeah.
That's the fact, though. But that's the reality of it. You can't focus on this little small shit if you thinking bigger. If you thinking bigger, you don't have space for it. Just like when we were having a conversation about phone numbers, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing. We now have a device where we can keep these phone numbers, and yes, it can be a gift and a curse.
Yes. Absolutely.
But think about what is your brain? What is that space in your brain where you held all them phone numbers you memorized? What is it doing right now?
That shit died a long time ago.
Saying la 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 la
What is it doing right now? It's
Thinking about what flavor chicken we using.
right, or it's made room for you to think about bigger things that are more important. Because once you got this convenient thing, I got everybody's phone number.
Can we say that? Can we say that?
What's
though?
that?
I don't think we can. I don't know that everybody can say that.
What's that?
That
You damn
space
right
of your
everybody
brain
can
is
say it.
thinking on deeper things now.
It could because your mind
that's kind of a
expands.
broad statement. I appreciate you.
I think
you
your
know.
mind expands.
I love the analogy,
it?
but you went left with it, man.
Why'd I go left?
No, Josh went left with it.
Oh yeah, right. Okay,
Yeah.
got
I love your analogy,
you.
but
Right,
Josh
that's it.
went
But
left
Josh
with it.
went left with it.
man.
But
Yeah.
no, but I got you. But that's my thought process behind it. So that's where I'm coming with that.
I'm gonna rabbit hole space. Sorry.
The current generation doesn't think about the consequences of their actions. They just do and worry about the rest later. Yeah.
I was gonna get there with that. I was
Yeah.
gonna get there with that. Do
ahead.
you
Well,
think?
go ahead and follow up since we here with it.
Do you think that we did a better job as kids than the
Gotta
current
do these
kids?
things.
Hell the fuck no.
Do you think we did better?
Or what you think we did better as kids? Yes, we did because we did do better as kids because our parents were not swayed by
delusions
and imagery. I'm gonna circle back to that. Dr. Evil Genius. If you can get a chance, speak on Michael B. Jordan, checking haters and bullies. We're gonna circle around to that.
I picked that up.
Oh yes.
I'll pick that up.
Well, Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
Well.
I'm ready.
Dr. Evil Genius. I love haters and bullies.
I know the whole story.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to get around to that.
Yeah.
Checking haters and bullies, at the end of the day, I can say that I'm a little bit of who I am because of bullies and haters.
I love my haters and bullies.
Without haters and bullies, I did not toughen up to, you know what I'm saying? Now, with this generation, you're not allowed to have a bully. I can't tell your ass you're fat, and you're fat as fuck.
Does that make you a bully?
That makes me a realist because you're fat.
According to your Biden crew, it does.
What, by saying somebody's fat?
Yeah. Fat is you can't say that word. That's up there with the R word now
but
that
that
you
takes
can't
us
say.
right back to the Dion shit. Right?
But when we're saying bullies, I think what the sentiment of the community is somebody that's making you do something that you don't necessarily want to do.
Correct.
But like Dylan just said, I appreciate all my bullies because it
just
made you
misdirected
think.
fans.
It made you think past adversities. It made you think past the things that didn't give you a nice feeling.
Right.
Let's just be honest.
Right.
A bully told you what you was gonna do.
Right.
And you had to circumvent that shit.
And let me say this because of the current position going, not to make this about myself, but I'm my best example of how to, you know what I'm saying, discuss these topics.
Right.
As somebody right now that's over 45 people, and I'm able to pull my older people into the room and say, hey, you did this wrong. And I can say it in the same tone. Hey, you know what you did wrong, man. Da, 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 da. And then I pull the younger person in the room and say, and it could be the same tone. You can't talk to me in the kind of way, and you hurt my feelings. And how can you tell fucking duh? I hate it with your little soft pussy ass. With your little weak ass that I can't tell you when you're wrong. Yes. I can't tell you when you fucking drop the ball. I can't tell you, and you know you've done something wrong. But you telling me that something that you know you've done wrong, me in the position that I'm in, I can't address it?
Right.
I can't talk to you and say, you're wrong. I'm supposed to let your wrong continue, and it affect me.
Right.
Your wrongs affect me, but I can't tell you about it. Come on, yo.
Because I don't think that I think that relabeling it respect is the wrong thing. They don't want respect in that situation. I think they want exoneration.
I like this comment by the Evil Genius right here. Every generation thinks the current generation of kids is the worst ever. I'm gonna take that from two different angles. I'm gonna take it from the one angle of that.
This generation's eating Tide Pods?
This generation ate Tide Pods, yes. Okay. This generation is also a generation of, there's a fight going on. Let's record it and put it on the internet. And then let's wonder why everybody got arrested that was involved in the fight. And then I'm going to take it back on another rip, too, of that technology has made our lives so fast and so easy. I truly don't think that this younger generation of kids, and when I say younger generation, I'm saying 20, I would say 22 down.
I would say 27 down.
25.
25?
20,
Okay,
20,
let's meet at
I'll
a good
give you
25.
25. I'll give you 25. This generation 25 down, they don't... I don't think they don't...
What the fuck? No, you're right. No, I'm gonna give you 20.
I'll give you
25.
25 down. 25 down. That
down.
generation, they don't stop and think about consequences because they don't really have to stop and think about anything. Anything. Not even just consequences. They don't have to stop and think about anything.
And I think it's worse now.
They've all got a phone in their hands. They don't have to think about an answer.
Right.
They don't have to think about how to respond to anything.
Right.
They don't have to think. All the thinking is done for them.
And I think the answer to Dr. Eva's question, I think it's worse now because it's more recordable. It's more ironclad.
Yeah. Well,
you could forget me and you had a beef back in my day when we only had pagers.
Correct.
When the phone was at the house.
Right.
You had to pick it up and a cord linking from it Remember those long ass cords that mama had to get so they could reach every room?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The 50-foot.
Yeah, the 50-footer.
And then it was just long enough so you had to lean on the edge of the bed.
The 50-footer. So yeah, Dr. Evil, I would have to say the sentiment that I would have is it's a worse generation because it's more recordable. And here's the thing: when you know that you're being recorded, what do? You usually show up to show out. Mm. So what you're doing it for the vine. You're doing some stuff in front of that camera that you wouldn't even do behind that camera.
Can I jump in right there?
Wait, let me just say this, because I've actually checked people. Because my thing is this: I'll whoop your ass in front of nobody with nothing to prove.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Off some respect shit alone.
That was my sentiment even when I was growing up. So my little buddy, my little brother, whatever, back in Pensacola, he was talking this story when we was drunk this weekend for my birthday.
Okay.
And he was like, big bro, he used to just, I don't know what, he used to take the biggest dude or the one that was in charge to the side. When they come back, they all smiling and laughing or whatever. But he would go with somebody who was against us at that time. Why? Because you ain't shining your ass when we go in that corner. Because I'm telling you, bro, if this is a problem with you and me, let's just settle it right now. I give you the first lick.
Right.
And guess what? You take certain people's heart when you sit up here and be what you are. Full exposure to what you are, and you challenge that. Now people got to respect that, and all they're doing is wanting a little respect. Yeah. So you get that back.
That attitude goes a long way in lots of situations.
Right.
That attitude right there goes a long way in a lot of situations. Keep you safe too.
To keep it safe though, because you're the narrator, and understand that you're always a narrator in your confrontations.
Yeah.
So narrate the shit out of that. Don't do it for the vine, because that camera's controlling you now.
I'm gonna
that crowd controlling you.
I'm gonna circle all this that we just past 5 minutes into a moment that I had to deal with this past weekend.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so that supervisor that I have, Tyrone, that you love so dear.
I like her.
And I said, you don't know the backstory, right?
Yeah.
Supervisor, 22 years old. All right. She was already in the position when I got to my location, right? And I've always had to have a conversation with her, right, about her attitude. Mm-hmm. And little internal beef with her with the other supervisors that I have there, or one or two of the other supervisors. And it would always come down to, as we discuss, moments. This moment is over. Let's get past it.
Right.
So, in the moments of saying, everybody hate me, and I'm saying, no, nobody hates you. People hate your attitude. You're younger, and people are trying to tell you, once again, how to conduct yourself when something arises, which she totally did not get. All right? So, leading up weeks, things start to build. This person. I was already told to terminate her, but I saw something. That same weekend you was here, nah, bro, you need to give her another chance. She's going to be outstanding. She's going to be perfect. And that's your go-to, and that's your soldier.
I saw something in her. Yeah.
Okay, so right after the leg conference, my phone is blowing up. I remember Markel, phone blowing up. Blowing up. Okay, so I get there, and Wayne was with me. I had to stop by the job because this goofy ass wanted to go check the other supervisor who didn't even say nothing to her. So she goes over there, and not only does she say, I want to see about you, mop you, bitch, all that goofy shit they do, bye, bitch, right? And starts recording herself. I'ma put this hoe on her head. This hoe want to eat my pussy. This hoe want to eat my... Yeah, yo girl, nigga. This hoe want to eat my pussy. I'ma drop this hoe on her head, bitch. Blah, 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 blah,
You
blah.
at work.
Yes.
You at work.
She showed potential, though.
On the...
Potential
And
for
you
what,
know
a
she
car
did.
wreck?
You know she did, darling. You know, besides that conversation, and here's what I'm saying. Sometimes you cannot save the savable. She was able to be saved. She
This
could be
circles back
saved.
to John
But sometimes you just can't save.
So this goes...
So that's
So
old
that's
adage, you
that's
can
what
lead
I'm
a horse to water, you can't make it drink.
So kind of like me circling back this moment to what I was saying about what we have been saying about this current generation.
Yeah.
It's hard to mold them. And they so stuck in being famous because she posted it on the internet. I didn't know what happened.
Wow.
They actually sent me a video of her saying this,
Wow.
which was her eventual demise, and I had to terminate her that day.
Period.
Even the old heads get sucking into that video camera. R. Kelly said this is some good 14-year-old. Telling you, that was on camera. So I mean, what can you do when you incriminate yourself?
This is facts.
You know. So Mark L, do you feel like this generation is worse because of the idea of recordability?
I think it's just because they're unmoldable because of we have not been told, and I didn't get we are not able to tell them where they're wrong. We get ridiculed for telling them they're wrong.
Oh yeah.
To the point that how can I guide you if I can't guide you?
Because we're told that they're grown.
So we used to call it uncoachable.
Right?
You know what uncoachable is,
so that's
right?
where I'm at with it.
You good. You got all the talent. You got all the things that are necessary.
You're already where you need to be.
Listen to some coaching. You can take this to the next level.
And that's the lie that we're telling them.
Uncoachable. I can't fuck with you.
And I think
can't do nothing
Ricky
for
Williams.
And I think that's the lie that we're telling them as a
Uncoachable.
community. We're telling these young folks that they're there. No, you're not there. You're not nowhere near close to being there.
Right. You got the pieces.
Give yourself just 10 years ago, every 10 years, and see how smart you thought you was or whatever. And here's what I'm saying. If the government and the community, but basically the government, thought that these kids were so intelligent, because they be putting them on panels, talking about, hey, let this child speak to the panel. Here's the thing. Why won't you allow that child to vote? If that child's so smart, why don't you graduate them to being a voting spirit?
Because you don't got that much faith in them.
Exactly.
Like
Why won't you let them drink?
You ain't got
Why
that.
won't you let them drive?
It's a one trick pony.
Right.
Ooh, this person said something really smart. Let's put them in front of a bunch of people. No, I don't really want them to go ahead and drink or drive or vote at this time because they're not old enough. But they was cool enough to say that.
Because they're not mentally cognitive. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Facebook user, whoever you may be. Our current generation lacks going through the process of anything.
That's correct.
Anything.
Thank you, Facebook user. Thank you, Facebook user, for that comment.
Because they talked about our generation.
Everything is readily available to them. No accountability, no responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I do think that we are better than this current generation because we were given, hey, you need to be accountable for this. You need to be responsible for this. They're told that they don't have to be responsible for shit.
Well,
why aren't we having that's what you get conversations?
that's what you get. Why aren't
Do
we
you
having
understand that, Josh? I know you done had it a couple times.
That's what your ass get.
That's what you get conversations. You know what I'm saying?
That's what your ass
That's what your ass get.
That's crazy.
That's what we were told. That's what your ass get.
Yep. I told your dumb ass.
Yeah.
Big booty
I always heard
boy.
that one.
Try telling you.
All right, man. We're gonna take a quick little breather. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk a little bit more about. I
thought we was gonna do an hour.
Yeah. Let's just close it out. Let's just make our statements and close it out. Let me start. I will start by this because we're coming back with another scene. We want the people to tune in to this next run or whatever.
Okay. Right.
But I would have to start my statement by philosopher by great standards that said never trust a big booty and a smile.
What a visionary.
What a visionary.
What a
that dude
visionary.
is.
What a visionary. He taught that lesson. He taught that he said that out of his mouth in a song.
Looking back on
did.
life,
So,
man,
yeah.
looking back on life, it ain't nothing wrong with that statement.
There's a lot wrong with it. You've trusted a many big booties.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why,
yeah, there's
Josh.
nothing wrong
Where did
in
that
that
lead
statement.
you?
Ain't nothing
Okay,
wrong.
where did
I
that
trusted
lead
him
you?
at least for 7 to 8 minutes.
Josh House has been
It
led down
It is
that
the truth.
path,
You cannot
trusting a big booty and a smile.
That's what
Look,
had
if she
him.
was walking that way. That's the way we was going.
That's what had him stuck in them Caucasian mountains up there. You know what I'm saying?
Just stuck up there. That's terrible.
He was in the wet cave too. Was it a dark cave?
Wet. It was wet. wet.
But hell is hot, sir. Hell is
If
hot.
I was you, I'd take precaution.
Hey,
Lord. All right. So, great
man.
philosophy. Great philosophy. I enjoy that philosophy. What about you? What you got?
Shit. I'm not a philosopher. Shit.
Do you speak very deeply?
Hey, smoke weed every day.
That's my philosophy. Damn it. You stole my thunder.
I'll come to some as the flow goes.
As the flow
Josh. Mark L, you give us what you got, bro.
I mean, wrapping it all up, all I got to say is shut the fuck up and dribble. That's it.
Oh.
So spoken so eloquently.
Shut the fuck up and dribble.
Spoken so eloquently.
Do what they paying you to do and live your life and do all of that shit, but all that extra shit ain't necessary. Like you said, the camera, what's the point? Mm-hmm. I mean, Yes, it's great. Technology is a gift and a curse. I'm a tech guy, so technology is a gift and a curse. I appreciate technology. I appreciate all it can do for us. Right. I also know that in the hands of dumbasses, we're gonna end up with a lot of stupid shit. Okay, so just do what you do.
You know what? Okay, I got mine.
That's it.
I got mine. I never thought I would get to this point because I tried to stay away from the ha-ha moments, but I have realized I love being right.
You love being right.
I love being right. I actually love the motherfucker I told you so with your stupid ass.
You need those conversations.
I need those conversations. Didn't I tell you to go sit your ass the fuck down somewhere, and it may pan out for your ass.
That's what you get.
That's why he didn't cuss me out.
That's what your ass
Oh, no,
get.
I haven't even gave it to Josh.
That's why I didn't cuss him out when they called him on Monday.
Yeah.
He didn't cuss me out. That's why.
I didn't cuss him out. I said,
I told you to sit your ass down and shut up.
Yeah, I did.
Pretty sure those words.
I did not tell Josh to shut up and drivel. I told Josh to shut up and golf.
Shut up and golf.
It's a difference.
Dribble too.
It's racial. It's racial.
I could dribble too.
See.
Yeah, you were dribbling when you saw that big booty in the smile.
Yeah.
Listen.
Nice.
Real talk.
But no, for real. When people speak out of experience, maybe you should listen.
Yeah.
At least
everybody here, and I kind of said that we all different in how we think, but we all are more alike than we think because we all live in this same goddamn world, which offers the same privileges, but have the same results if, if things go left or right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
if
you move in caution, you may go to the right, you may go to the left. If you move out of lack of concern, you could go to the left. I love the fact that I got a brother over here that was able to retire by moving wisely. I love the fact that I say that all, hey man, I got a homeboy, he ain't even 50 years old. That motherfucker, he was trying to do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know my mistakes.
Yeah.
And when I tell somebody over here it's gonna happen like this, like I say, my son I was on the phone talking with the missus one day, and I was telling her how something was gonna go with old girl, with the little ex-girlfriend. And then I was joking with about, they're going to do this extra job and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. She was like, damn it, don't let him tell you that. He laughed. He said, oh, no, he be right all the time. I love being right because I know I'm able to be a form of a teacher.
From experience alone. That's it.
Josh, welcome back, bro.
What you got, bro?
Oh, man. Just... just speaking from experience, if you're out there listening, you're going through something, reach out to somebody, talk to them, take their advice to heart. Don't think that you can go at this life alone. When you think you got it figured out, just when you think you got it down pat, that's when life's going to come around and kick you in the face if you don't have the right people around you, especially. I'm very thankful to be back here. Thank you guys for having me back. I look forward to popping in a little bit more in the future, for sure. A lot of things in my life have changed over the last
10 days.
10 days. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's real talk. Since this past Friday, a lot of things have changed in my life. My perspective has changed on a lot of things. Going on what I went through. I handle myself and carry myself a lot differently. I respect and appreciate a lot of things a lot differently. And I'll just say, you don't want to have to go through, everybody's rock bottom is different, and I feel like I've hit my rock bottom, and you don't have to hit your rock bottom before you get your shit figured out. You don't have to. Just remember that. But also remember, too, if you have hit your rock bottom, and since this is the male review and we are the leg and we're speaking mainly to men and young men and men in general, if you have hit your rock bottom, just remember that nothing is stronger than a broken man who is truly committed to rebuilding himself.
Absolutely.
So. True.
Wow.
Absolutely so.
That was heavy.
And that's where I'm going to leave it at.
That was heavy.
Well, right on, y'all.
Man, this bevy of knowledge in this room right here, man, I love it.
Yes, sir.
This is what happens when you get a fully formed leg, man. Got the Achilles heel over here.
We can kick.
We can dunk now.
We can dunk.
Right.
John Morant.
John Morant. So,
Kobe.
hey, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed the fully formed leg on Saturday here on the Male Review. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was in the building, just shooting the shit like we often do, as men often do. We want y'all, thank you very much. We want y'all to accept our thank you for coming in and chilling with us today, as we always do. Let's see here.
Hold on.
Wait.
Dr. Even though I'm a wrestling fan, right? I've never been hit with the rock bottom before. Also never been hit with the people's elbow.
Well, I mean,
good for you.
Dr. Evil
Good for
Genius,
you.
who do you think you are? It doesn't matter who you think. Don't get me started, bro. They ain't up on it. They ain't up on it. It's okay. The rock bottom is not the end. Good stuff.
This
That
is true.
correct.
That's
It
very
is
true,
not.
Facebook user. Yes, it is not the end. It's actually it's probably a beginning that you've been looking for a long time and never were able to find.
As someone who deals with building, I know you know, man. Sometimes you got to level that whole thing.
A builder and a driller.
You may have to you may have to rebuild that foundation too.
Yeah, you
Because
may
once
put
you hit
that
that
thing
rock
back
bottom,
together.
that foundation may have some cracks, and you may even find out, ooh, I need to start over. I need to start from the bottom up.
And I'm gonna be honest, that's what I hate with the current generation acting like they don't have to change anything. Well, you might as well go ahead and split your list, because if you're as good as it's gonna get and you don't have any room for improvement, understand what improvement is, people. It's change.
Yeah.
Improvement is change within itself or whatever.
And if you feel like you ain't got nowhere to improve, you better not come talking to me that you're a man of Christ either, because I'll tell you, we can talk on that. Because now me and TR got along.
I don't know what that means.
He said, I don't know what that is, boy. And look, did you see him? Did you see his eyes just kind of cloud?
So this is
No.
we're gonna leave in a topic for a whole another time. But TR, myself personally, one of the big adjustments that I've been going through in my life is I actually have gone back to church.
All right then, brother.
Oh.
All right then.
If that's your path, brother, that's your path. I ain't went to church in 10 years.
Wait a minute. You
so
went
we going
past
in
the
two different
church.
directions.
I seen you near
I went
church.
past the church a couple
No,
times.
you went to churches. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's not the same.
That's not the same thing, bro.
Right.
You went to churches.
You know, churches do have them two thighs wide open.
Hey,
you know,
man.
that's what we're talking about. The two, legs, thighs, the breast. Yeah.
All right, y'all. We could do this all day.
Dark meat again. So
See, we can do this all day. Thank y'all for joining us. Thanks for coming in to the Male Review. Y'all tune in next week. We love y'all. Thank y'all for seeing us, and thank y'all for being here. And as always, the motto:
Get the business. Man.
get the business. Take it easy, y'all.
Deuces.
This is grown man business. The kind of swag don't need a witness. I pull up in a Bentley so quick. I'm dropping them back.